welcome. We're at the track covering the sport of kings. Coming up, in Jamaica, Legality gets a distance he loves and rivals who he seemingly has the measure of, but can he justify favoritism in the overnight allowance feature? Still in Jamaica, the votes have been counted, the verdict is in. But just who will emerge as Jamaica's horse of the year for 2020? All that to come, but first, to TNT's Santa Rosa Park for the running of the Royal Colors Classic.
A small field of 5 faced the starter for the native-bred 3-year-old event. The distance, 1,350 meters for a purse of 30,000 TT dollars or approximately 4,500 US. Here's track announcer Nick Chady.
A half mile left to go. Passionate is the leader. Opens up. Passionate opens up by 2.5 lengths here. Superbird well settled and running along in second with honors, and Game Changer. Game Changer rolls into third as they get closer now. Then followed by with honors and Arsalan. The Passionate still leads the pack. Passionate by half a length. Superbird in between horses, and Game Changer makes 3 across the track as they line up for the lead now. 400 meters to go. Arsalan is in fourth, and with honors now trails off the turn into the stretch of the Royal Colors Classic, and it's Passionate narrowly. Superbird in between horses coming on to take the lead now. It's Superbird in front, Passionate back to second, Arsalan running on well from third, Game Changer back to fourth, but it's Superbird here. Here comes Arsalan. Superbird desperate for the wire. Arsalan surging late. Here is Arsalan.
Under strong urging from jockey Rico Hernandez, Arsalan rallies in deep stretch to win by a neck over the 1-5 favorite Superbird. Arsalan's final time, 1 minute 23 and 3, in winning for trainer Lester Alexis, owners NSA Stables, and breeder Nigel Hamin.
He showed a lot of improvement in his last move. Right, and right now we have him just trying to build him up because he's a little bit on the light side. Also, thanks to Mr. Hamin for giving me the opportunity to train a good horse. And thanks to the team, all my workers, everybody.
In Jamaica now, there is a hotly contested restricted allowance event over 5 furlongs round for native-bred and imported 3-year-olds. With the Anthony Nunes-trained Chandra's Law late scratch, 7 faced the starter.
Horse number 1, Lure of Lucy, a U.S. importee from the barn of 18-time champion trainer Wayne DaCosta, sent off at odds of 7-2, was expected to be among the pace setters. The 8-horse Miniature Man, another Wayne DaCosta entrant, and partnered by joint champion jockey Anthony Thomas, was sent off at 5-2. The howling favorite, though, at 1-5 was She's a Wonder, fresh from her second-placed finish in the Jamaica 2-year-old stakes last December.
And they're off. Quiet Boss left at the back, Sudden Flight just ahead of him. Lure of Lucy has taken off quickly. She's a Wonder rushing up with Miniature Man on the outside as they arrive at the half mile and go running into the turn. And She's a Wonder has now moved up to get that lead from Lure of Lucy and Miniature Man, the 2 DaCosta inmates. The other DaCosta inmate, 3 times lucky, is 5 lengths off that lead, followed up by Sudden Flight, and the gap opens up to Quiet Boss. They lead the 5/16th. They're coming into the lane. Catch She's a Wonder if you can. She's still under the hand ride at the top of it and hugs onto that rear run as the rider has a look over his shoulder. And She's a Wonder. The hand ride continues as they run to the furlong pole, and now the stick comes out in the right hand. And She's a Wonder holds a good-looking lead at this stage under Dane Dawkins. They're opening up the gap inside the final 16th. It's a She's a Wonder chased by the American Lure of Lucy. No stopping. She's a Wonder. The speedball wins by 4 or more over Lure of Lucy.
She's a Wonder skitters away from the Wayne DaCosta quartet of Lure of Lucy, Miniature Man, 3 times lucky, and Sudden Flight. She's a Wonder completing the 5 furlong strip in 59 and 3/50 per second for trainer Ian Prasad and owners Karen Prasad and Henry J. Pratt.
Well, first is the fastest horse in the race, so all I got to do is get a good break, leave the gate in front, I should say, and just relax her, come straight, and reaching the straight after and she responded.
Still in Jamaica, Legality faced top opposition in an overnight allowance contest over 9 furlongs and 25 yards.
1 million Jamaican or approximately $67,000 US was the purse for this overnight allowance contest for horses 3 years old and up. The US bred importee Legality from the barn of champion trainer Anthony Nunes and ridden by joint champion jockey Dane Warrior Chief Nelson was the even money favorite. Brian Rickman picks up the commentary.
A half a mile to run in the 10th and final event. And out in front it is Legality trying to slip away. Messi breathing down the neck of the leader. Drone Strike is there. Uncle Vinny kicking in on the outside and slipping down into third. Drone Strike backing out in fourth. They're tracked up by Sebastian racing on the rail. Big Bang and Purple Wayne races a team. Then Coco Chanel, Tricky One. Dada's Nala relegated to last as the leaders come thundering into the lane. A quarter of a mile to run. Legality continues to hold the advantage. It's Legality and Dane Nelson that lead as they arrive at the 316th. They're 3 lengths in front of Uncle Vinny, now asked to close up. Messi is running on the spot over against the rail, but it's Legality in full flight, leaves the furlong pole behind. Legality has opened up 5, maybe more inside the final 16th. It's Legality out in front. He's down in the end by Dane Nelson. He'll have another win on the card. They win by maybe 4 in the end.
Legality, now 5 years old, underlining his versatility. The Dark Bay horse, by uncaptured out of Tracy's Legacy, secures a comfortable victory by 3 1/4 lengths in a time of 1 minute 57 and 55 of a second for owner-trainer Anthony Nunes and breeder Linda Shaw-Pastor.
We were pretty confident. It was the first time in maybe a year and a half that we got to train him. He had some issues for about almost a year, and yeah, he responded well.
Amid restrictions occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic, the promoters of racing in Jamaica, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited, SVREL, still managed to put together a Horse of the Year Awards ceremony, albeit a scaled-down version. Now in the end, a 15-member committee was tasked with selecting which horse was the best in 2020. And at the end of what was an easy process, the winner, the rightful awardee, Nipster.
And here is Nipster, the surprise of the party. Nipster now begins to come with his usual lead dash, and Nipster now snatches the lead from Mahogany. He's left them all for dead and wins the League Cup.
Conditioned throughout 2020 by Gary Sobrati and sporting the blue and white silks of his owner Mycross, Nipster won 6 races from 14 starts, including the St. Ledger and the inaugural running of the Ian Levy Cup. Along with the Horse of the Year honor, Nipster was voted champion steer and champion local bred thoroughbred. In 2020, Nipster bankrolled $19.3 million Jamaican dollars, or just about 130,000 US. Nipster's owner Mycross was champion owner, while Anthony Babanunis won his 2nd consecutive Trainers' Championship. Dane the Warrior Chief Nelson and Anthony Thomas shared riding honors. O'Shane Nugent was the leading apprentice. Tafara Wright was voted champion groom, while Ham Stables were the champion breeders.
We've been at the track covering the sport of kings. Remember, wherever you ride this weekend, ride with care.